Don't fall on us. Hang in with us, folks. What's happening? You know what? We're gonna get it. The beginning of the stream, you gotta move it. How the hell did that happen? Bear with us. Oh, are we secure? Tell you what, first of all, hold that up in the few seconds, son. But what's happening, folks? Welcome into the live stream. It's necessary. Welcome to Platform 246. If you're new, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. For all your 49ers, everything that you need. But today, we all need to discuss our offseason. If you can, well, at one point we will. It's been an eventful offseason for the faithful. Son, can you be seen? There we go. Good as possible.
I like how the camera's leaning.
So what's going on?
I like how the phone is leaning.
I know. It's... Bow. I think it's about. Hopefully it doesn't cut off because it looks like it's holding on to the off button right there. Where's the off button over there? I can't remember. Either way, folks, welcome in. Good afternoon. What's happening to everybody? What's up to the faithful? It's Faithful Sunday. We're here, my sons. It's your man Lawrence.
I'm Damien.
Y'all know.
That's right.
And who are you?
Trey.
Oh, you're Trey. Yes, you are. We're all here for y'all. Here to talk about the off season. So it's been an eventful one. Major stories, as we know, are Jimmy Garoppolo still being part of our team, unfortunately. And then, of course, now, as we all know, Deebo Samuel showing his ass to the world. So, welcome in. Again, if you're new, please hit the like button. Share the video so other people can see it. So, boys, how you doing today, first of all?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Good.
Diesel?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little warm out here in Long Beach. We're coming from Long Beach. I usually come from Vegas. And this is a rare treat for everybody because we usually got a stream with all three of us on Zoom. But now you get all of our handsome faces together and all of our non-knowledge. How did it just get that much warmer, that much faster? It was just cooling off. Another one of you told me about the thing, the cotton in my beard. But folks, the first thing I really want to talk about, we had a stream yesterday, well, I did, and my kids actually came in through it via their Googles. But we had people in the comments. We talked about, was it yesterday? Yes. On my way out here to, yo, what's happening, John? Shout out to John already in the chat. We appreciate you. Hit that like button, John. Share the video so other people can get a chance to come in. The faithful. How's your dad doing? But yes, John and some of our other faithful, some of our other folks were in the stream yesterday. Make sure you hit that like button, John. They were in the stream yesterday, and we were talking about basically Jimmy Garoppolo versus Trey Lance primarily, and it led into some Deebo talk. So we want to wrap all that up today, honestly, together. And the Deebo talk primarily was the fact that he's not paid, how he's been acting, and the Jimmy the way it goes into that was, Jimmy still being on this roster is a I guess you could call it, what is it, an anchor to a ship, really. But he's great. Glad to hear it. I thought you were saying Jimmy Garoppolo was great for a second there, John. I was about to have to get on you, but yes, glad that your pops is good. Salute to him. Um, but Deebo now has really shown his ass, and Deebo is. If you guys got a chance to see him yesterday in his black leather, I guess he was out on the town with some gang member. I don't know. He was out on the town with one of his homies. It looks like it could be his manager or someone that is in his camp. And it was I guess his Twitter and Instagram both probably had, your father's a Jimmy supporter, John. Why would he be? Can you tell me why? Can you tell me what he says or his reasons? Please leave those in the chat. But Deebo's he says he wants, if it's not 25 M's, they don't want it. There's bad use of syntax and grammar, honestly, as well. But the meat of it is he's asking for $25 million. I know a lot of us out there, myself included, I was thinking he was looking for $30 million. He was going to be asking for 30. It said that he wanted to be the highest paid quarterback throughout the entire league. So with that, boys, first, what do you think about the amount of money that he's asking for? And John, what do you think about the amount of money that he's asking for?
Well, I think he's a great player. Right? I mean, we wouldn't have made it anywhere near as far as we were without Deebo, and that's just a fact. But 30 mil, 25 mil a year, I don't know if he's worth that much, especially not yet. Especially because he's an injury-prone player. So, 30 mil is a lot, to say the least.
He talked about Jimmy's record as a Niner. So, right after Damien's comments, John says he talked about Jimmy's record as a Niner. And Trey isn't ready. He's asking for too much money. Deebo. Agreed. Trey, what do you feel?
I think he's asking for too much money as well. He said one good season, and we didn't win the Super Bowl. We got to the NFC Championship with him, but we did not win the Super Bowl. So he's had one good season like that. And that season, I don't think it's worth $30 million a year.
I have to agree with both of y'all. Yeah, $30 million is just an exorbitant amount of money. And that would do really nothing but, I think, hamper the team the same way they are right now. So we get rid of one person who's making $27 million and give somebody 30. Why would we do that? We still have Nick Bosa to pay. He has to be making $20 million. You all know how much money TJ Watt and whoever the hell else are making. How much money did Von Miller just get?
From the Bills, right? And he's old. And they're still paying him a lot of money.
They paid him a whole. He got four. He might be getting close to. Is he getting almost $30 million a year? He got like a 4-year deal worth like 100 and something million dollars, right?
Yeah.
So Nick Bosa is going to be getting the same. And John just made a comment. Which is not. Let me check somewhere else. But yes, Nick Bosa is going to need that same amount of money, something along those lines of what is being paid to people like the guy who just left the Rams again. I just said his name. And then, whatever TJ Watt is getting. Like, these people are going to be making a lot of money. We know what edge players make, how much money they are given. Jimmy's the best fit for this team. We've gotten there. We will win it next time. John, why would you say that? Or that's what your father said. I'm sorry, Jimmy's the best. You gotta talk to your father, John, because let me tell you something, folks. Faithful. Sorry, Trey. Hitting you all in your face with the blowback, huh? My sons will be okay, folks. Don't worry. But, yes, there's a saying. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So, you have to be insane to think that on the third try, Jimmy's just going to get it done. If you notice, he regressed, right? Tell your father, John. He regressed, faithful. He got to the Super Bowl. Then he got to the NFC Championship game. And I'm saying that the faith, your dad. I'm not saying that. I don't want to say that, but you might want to look into it. Uh, and a lot of faithful out there, you fall into that same category. It's unfortunate. Jimmy is not. What's he gonna do different next year? Yo, CG, what's happening, CG? Thank you for dropping into the stream, folks. If you're new to the stream, or if you drop by and see it, if you're not aware of who CG Ruthless is, please go subscribe to CG. Follow him on Twitter at the same. We do a video pretty much every week, every Monday. He and I in a round table. Yeah, talking about the Niners. 90 Ganger Don't Bang. What's going on, CG? How you doing? We talking about Deebo, Jimmy, Nick Bosa, everything Niners right now. Kind of the off season. Got my sons with me. Just having a 90 game forum right now. We want to get the faithful in and let us know what they feel. And again, where were we at, Deebo? Yeah, we were talking about Deebo. Yes, next Monday. So, folks, yeah, we'll be in there probably about I guess that's the 18th, something like that. Look for us on CG's channel. We'll be doing a forum that day. But, yes, we're just talking about the Deebo's antics over the last week, why they've come about. And we've had someone here in the chat say, a father of one of our folks here, say that he's a Jimmy supporter because Jimmy consistently wins, I guess. And that narrative that has gone around. Jimmy wins, and what else? What did that father say? Anybody remember? He's just the best fit for the team. Trey's not ready. So another person that says Trey's not ready, and Jimmy is just a winner. So faithful, I want to know, and I've asked people that, and whether it be on that very forum, I asked a young lady that and a young man, and neither one of them had an answer for me. What is he not ready to do? What is Trey Lance not ready to do? Or how do you get ready from the bench for anything? You're never ready for anything the first time that you do it. Maybe even the second time that you do it. You only get ready by doing. So I think that's an idiotic, honestly, comment, period, or thought process into the future and current career of Trey Lance. Jimmy being a winner is a tough. Sitting him, I don't think sitting him is going to work there, John. I think you need to get into the action, honestly. But everybody's entitled to their opinion, of course. So tell your dad, thank you. We appreciate you guys talking about it. You bring that straight here to the videos. We couldn't ask for more. But again, Jimmy on the team, as opposed to Trey actually getting his opportunity, how is that going to help Trey? Can anyone tell me that, or again, what he's not ready to do? No one has been able to tell me why he's not ready to lead, and why Jimmy Garoppolo is going to do anything different than he's ever done before. Can one of you think of a scenario, sons, but next year Jimmy Garoppolo can lead us to a win in the Super Bowl? I'll ask you guys a question like this, boys. The NFC
targets
is
Ayuk more.
Huh?
He targets Ayuk more.
Okay.
I don't see it. I think the narrative about Jimmy and how much he wins is fraud, pretty much, because when Jimmy does average, then we win. But if Jimmy does bad, then we lose. So I think it does actually come down to Jimmy, but it's not because he does good, it's because he doesn't do bad.
I could not have said that better myself. Well, we're family. Fuck. See? Yeah. Folks, no. Do you agree or disagree, sir?
I agree.
The Jimmy narrative of wins. Now, who wins? Somebody give me a quarterback that wins.
Tom Brady.
Okay, well, damn, he took the. Okay, after Tom. Tom. Okay. Jimmy G, the 49ers win. Tell your dad, John. Unless you're telling me you're also a staunch supporter of Jimmy. Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes. They carry their team to wins. In certain, not every game. They can do it. Jimmy Garoppolo cannot. He didn't do it in that game. You know who did it in that game? His boyfriend, his girlfriend, his wife, his husband, whatever, his lover, his best friend. George carried us to that win, y'all. Not in Jimmy's greatest game. George literally carried us to the win in the leg of our gold. And being in a dome. He carried 5 Saints or 9, however many it was. That was Jimmy's best game. And he did not. He still threw a pick in that game. He threw 4 touchdowns, and he still threw an interception in that game. I hope everyone remembers.
I definitely do.
He threw 4 touchdowns in that game. He battled it out with Drew Brees. Shout out to Rhea Oak on Twitter. She drew a picture of a okay. Oh, John, we can't even. John, okay. She drew a picture of guns blazing. John says Trey loses, faithful. Trey is 500 for his career, as far as I know. He's 1-1, but she drew a great picture. Follow her on Twitter sincerely, Rita Oak, whoever that lady is. You're amazing, Miss. She's drawing Jimmy Garbage every single day until he gets traded, and she's drawn some pretty good pictures. A lot of them included Kittle, including the one that she drew today that was depicting Ghost with Patrick Swayze and that lady. So yeah, George carried us to that win. On his back, he carried 5 Saints. Can anybody name Jimmy Garoppolo's signature game or win? Or you can name Jimmy Garoppolo's signature play. Pick to this certain pick. Couple of picks stand out for us. Missing Emmanuel Sanders, and for hopefully burning everyone's mind is his pirouette he was doing with 99 a couple of months ago. You guys, any signature moments for Jimmy? Signature win, signature game. Just
Signature moment for Jimmy.
you hear how quiet we are.
Him ripping up his knee, running out of bounds.
Him ripping up his knee, trying to juke in and out. These are Jimmy Garoppolo's signature moments, folks. Faithful.
Oh, I got one good play that Jimmy did. He pancaked that one lineman.
Jimmy Garoppolo pancaking a Minnesota Viking. And I'll give him, it's only because I'm bitter and biased and on the other edge. I'll give him an 80% on it anyway. It was even, I don't know if it was a give him. As a dad, I'm going to say it wasn't even a full pancake, but I digress. Him pancaking that Viking. But look at the plays. And I was on a running play. Him run up the field, pumping his arms. Yeah, baby, whatever his shit he does. That run up thing against Green Bay 18 times that we beaten them. Why? Because we run the ball over them and Aaron is really scared the second he steps on the field. Not because Jimmy went up. Jimmy. Sorry, folks. Jimmy went up in there slicing and dicing. That's not why. You know it. My sons both know it. God knows it. So Jimmy's still here. And now, I think I saw something on Twitter, boys, today that said people that are trying to make excuses, of course. The fact that we still have Jimmy has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that Deebo is still on the team. Because we can apparently still sign his deal right now. That the real reason, faithful, that Deebo is here, and I would love to know what anybody really thinks about that in the comments. If you get a chance to see this, is that the reason? They're just literally just working on the details and length of his contract. So if you two had to guess, would you say that that's true? That's the reason why he's not signed, or because they're waiting to see if they're going to get that money off the books? They don't know what to give Nick and him yet because they may have that money on the books for this year. And both of them will be looking to get a raise if they got signed right now, starting in September. So they don't know how they're going to allocate money. You think that's it? Because John has also said also, by the way, and our owner, faithful Jed York, have said that they specifically have planned out for the last couple of years, since Jimmy got the contract and we took Trey, to have the possibility of having Jimmy keep all that money or make all that money and be able to sign Nick and Deebo. So what do you think? The reason that
They're pretty smart people.
I agree.
I think even if it is true that they're just trying to work out the details of Deebo's contract. Jimmy shouldn't be here either way. He should be gone. So, uh, personally, I think they're trying to get the money off. Um, and I think they want to pay Deebo. I want to pay Deebo. I don't know 30 million, but I want Deebo to stay on our team.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I think part of it is because of Jimmy Garoppolo still on the team because he's making 27 million, and Deebo, undeservingly, he's making 27 million. And Deebo's way better than him, clearly. So I don't know if he should get 30 million again, but he deserves some money more than what he's making.
Sure. Good thing.
I agree with you.
He's making too much. He's asking for too much money, I think. As a wide receiver, and then is he really a wide receiver, or is he a wide receiver, or is he getting to a point where he's almost just a little bit too much of a running back?
It's working.
Okay, so think about this. And the reason I asked that, boys, is because at this point in time and for a long time, unless your name is McCaffrey or whoever the guy is that quickly got old from the Rams and the Falcons, they had the dreads, whatever his
Todd
name.
Gurley.
Thank you, my son. Or Minnesota or New Orleans or now eventually Indianapolis, because that motherfucker's gonna get paid, folks. But you don't pay running backs. And you remember McCaffrey when you came out, you got a first round bit, you were the top 5 picks and all that kind of stuff, or top 10 like Cook and them or whatever. You don't pay running backs. You don't have to. You can get away with, as we know, finding them in the 5th round or undrafted. Elijah Mitchell would have had 1,000 yards if he wasn't, injured or whatever. We all know, or if Deebo didn't take half his carries when he was healthy. So you don't have to pay a running back. And Deebo, he had a top 5 wide receiver season, not a top wide receiver season. I think Kyle, it could be on purpose. I think Kyle's a mad genius, folks. I think he can sabotage his own players. So he had a top 5 wide receiver season, not a top number 1. He had 1,500 yards. He had 6, or was it, how many receiving touchdowns? He had 6 receiving touchdowns only. He had more rushing touchdowns than receiving, 9, I believe. He's a running back damn near just as much as he is a wide receiver at this point.
So do you think he should get paid more because he do both?
I think he should get paid he shouldn't. I don't know, son. Honestly, that's where my issue comes in. I don't know, and maybe because I'm biased to the team. If it wasn't, I might be like, yes, he should. But then I could try to make an excuse for myself and say that he doesn't ball out like the number 1 wide receiver in the league because he spends time taking passes out of the backfield or carries out of the backfield. So he can drop a level or 2 levels on what the wide receivers are making, which is 25 million or something like that, or whatever, 27, 28 million that Devontae's making. And then he can get a couple more than the 17, than 18 or whatever that they might give a good running back. We are not keeping Jimmy and trading Deebo, John. That doesn't really honestly make good sense. I think that's a tough one. What's going on, John? Is it the Florida air? He tried to hit the Florida man. What were you gonna say, something?
You think he's gonna do better because he has Trey back there too? So he might be actually able to have this season again and better? Or
at the wideout position?
Yeah, at the wideout position, or do you think it'll be a worse season?
I think Trey's going to be a more traditional quarterback. So he's going to. Deebo probably gets a lot of targets, just not a lot of catches. Because they're either too high for him, out of reach. thrown into traffic or Jimmy just in the sack.
So, I do think Deebo, like you said, both of you, like you said, I think he's going to be. I think everybody on the team automatically can be a better player this year. And some folks that could be hard to believe when you think about some of the players that we have. Ayuk, obviously, clearly he hasn't eclipsed 1,000 yards yet, so obviously he can be better. But but Deebo should have 10 touchdowns. Deebo should get touchdowns in the red zone. Our team needs to get touchdowns in the red zone. Like I said yesterday in the stream and the live, Yak Bros became a thing out of necessity because Jimmy Garoppolo can't do anything better than that. He can't throw the ball deep and score in one play.
Very true.
Trey can. And when we get down to the red zone, Jimmy never really throws touchdowns to people, and Kyle's afraid of it, throwing interception in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, John, you said trade Ayuk. For what? He's ready is what I would say. You know, why would we do that? And what would we get back? Who would we trade him to? We have a disgruntled wide receiver who's due to make a whole bunch of money already, and then we have a younger wide receiver who could be at some point due to make a bunch of money. Maybe not as much as the one that is now. We don't know, depending upon how they play together and how our quarterback situation works out. Because Joe Burrow helped Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase helped Joe Burrow. And that's what we need. Jimmy Garoppolo cannot help the wide receivers. They can only help him. That's how I feel.
It's very true.
So he's still here, still on the team. You know, Deebo is acting out. Faithful wiping his entire, and that's what I want to focus on for a bit if we can, boys. Wiping his entire social media, or Instagram at least, of any knowledge or association with the San Francisco 49ers. No what, John? John says no. Let me know what you're knowing to. Yes, I can't really see why Deebo would do that as a grown man, as someone who's not 11, who's not hurting their heart. But it appears that he is. Well, really, it's just his pockets.
And he wants attention.
And he wants attention. His pride. He's everywhere right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying pay him. But I think you made a great point earlier. A couple of them. One, he has been injury prone. He has never finished a full season at all. He hasn't had a full season yet in his entire 4-year career. He's missed a game at least one every year.
Yeah.
So how does that constitute him getting $30 million where we know he's liable to miss 4 games next year? And it may not be his fault, but just simply by how he plays. But it's the truth.
Very true.
So if he gets the contract, or can I let you see us trading him?
He shouldn't. So I don't know.
Mm-mm. I think Kyle is smart enough to make a deal, and I think Deebo.
It did the same thing last year. That's what I keep coming back to. They did the same thing last year. Had Juice crying in the press conference. Then they gave him a 5-year deal. And they re-signed everybody. Mostly everybody back. They did the same thing last year. Everybody was worried.
Yeah, I don't think Deebo wants to leave either. That's why he's doing all this extra stuff, because he doesn't want to leave. And it might be a point in time where he comes to his senses and makes a lower deal to where it will be reasonable. And then next year or this year, if he does the same thing or hopefully better and not get injured, then he can get his money the way he needs to get his money.
I agree. And it's like you both said, I think First of all, this is kind of our pattern. We all know we don't make big splashes in free agency or really big trades for the most part. We've gotten a few players over the years, obviously one of them. We all know who that is. And we do resign our players for the most part. We let Buck go, but we resigned a whole bunch of other people when we did that year. He hasn't really been that great, honestly. Everybody, if you think about it, please think about it. He made the Pro Bowl last year, I think, but he hasn't been, I guess, nearly as dominant as he was with us. He's kind of forgotten in the league. He was really popular with us and kind of well known, but now he plays for Indy, and nobody cares. But they did the same thing with Juice as well, and I think that at some point Deebo is going to come to his senses, and they're going to meet somewhere in the middle in a deal that is reasonable and friendly for the team. And then again, he comes back, he does that, he has another great season. He can get more extensions. There's a lot of things that go into the contracts too. If he reaches 1,500 yards again, he'll get this many extra $1 million, or he gets 10 touchdowns receiving, or 15 as a total again, whatever. They can write extra added incentives in this contract to make it work. So that does kind of lend to what came up on the internet today, out in the internet world, that he's only really working out the details. And the fact that and that also goes with everything that John Lynch and Jed York have always said, that Jimmy Garoppolo can be on the team this year and there won't be any problems for us, except for in the locker room and on the field if he gets on it. But yeah, and I think the quietest person about all this stuff is Kyle. Now Kyle has made it clear to me though who he wants to be starting for this team at the beginning of next year. He hasn't made it clear to the faithful, apparently, but he's made it clear to me. Has he made it clear to you too?
Yeah.
You don't trade 5 or 3 first-round picks for someone you don't want to start on your team.
For forever, for 3 years, he wants to just wait around for just. He's young,
Yeah.
and the man is young. The man turns 22 years old next month.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't even. He's not even. Well, he is now. But you hear what I'm saying, people? He hasn't even really.
That's 10 years.
10
years of greatness, right there. Wow.
Minimum, right? Minimum. How old is Tom Brady?
44.
22 years of greatness, folks. By the time 2044 comes, there's no fucking telling what will be possible. Period.
Tom Brady's making a change, and right now, and how long he's going, so we don't know how long anyone else is going to go either.
By the time we get to them, people could be going 25 years.
Exactly.
And playing at an extremely high level. And we've gone that long, faithful, without a great quarterback. Our last great quarterback was Steve Young. We had 2, 3 or so pretty good ones. And then a lot of bad ones. JT O'Sullivan, Trent Dilfer, Blaine Gabbert. All 3 of those 3, Nick, CJ,
Jimmy.
Blaine, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jeff Garcia was good. Alex Smith was good. Everybody else, I can't even remember all the names. Colt McCoy, who played for us, then beat us. And now we have Trey Lance, who has what looks to be unlimited upside and an extreme amount of talent, like my sons. So people are hesitant for whatever reason to accept that. They want to hold on to Jimmy because you remember all the bad times. Because he's the best thing that we've had since probably Alex Smith. Since Kaepernick. I failed to mention him. My apologies. Kaepernick was a good quarterback for 2.5 seasons. 3, maybe. And we've had a lot of mediocrity. But now they saw Jimmy, who came in and lit a fire under a team that was 1-10. He caught
I
lightning
thought
in a
Jimmy was
bottle.
gonna be special too.
Hmm?
When Jimmy first came, I thought he was gonna be special.
We all did, son. We all thought Jimmy was going to be special when he first came. Those 5 games, he came in again. We all saw he's handsome. He lit up the room, the stadium, all that bullshit, and then he got on the field. Have to learn the offense real quick, or the part of the offense and all that stuff. All the mystic stories that came up of him studying late night with Rich Scangalero, studying whatever the hell his name is. He's gone now, ironically. But the stories of Jimmy studying with him all night and then getting the offense together and then 5 games of fury and then give him $25 million a year for the next 5 years minimum. 670, wherever the hell is, no. It should have never happened. He should never been given that much money because he hadn't proven enough. Like, we all disagreed. Did you think he was special? I don't want to put words in your mouth. Jimmy.
Yeah, until he injured himself.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Do you guys think that that's the reason why he's not special? More special? He had 7 touchdowns, 5 picks in those 5 games. In those 5 wins, 7 touchdowns, 5 picks, and a full good knee.
5 picks in 5 games.
7 touchdowns only. It should be 10 touchdowns.
Just 5 picks in 5 games alone is horrible.
5 picks in 5 games alone is horrible.
Very, very, very bad.
For anybody in the comments, do you please, if you come into the video, like the video, share the video so other people can give their opinion. Can you make an excuse for that? 5 interceptions in 5 starts. Was he colorblind? Can anybody answer? He can't. The colors, the emblems. Why would you do that? So he came in. He didn't light anything up. He lit up the team, the people, their insides, not their outsides, not their play. He lit up maybe Dante Pettis or whatever the fuck his name was, Catman. He lit up his play a little bit in those first 2 touchdowns in the back of the end zone. Yeah, he got us all excited. But then he did what Jimmy did, what Jimmy does. He ripped his knee up after we were still 1-1 and losing to the Chiefs pretty convincingly. And he was playing pretty averagely, or below average, if I can remember stats off the top of my head. And then he tried to, what the hell was that? He juked apart. He's like a wishbone. He did a wishbone on himself and ripped up his ACL. And has he ever been the same?
Mm-mm.
So, before all that, do you guys think he was having to break it down that way, thinking about it like that, was he going to be special?
I doubt it.
I don't think special. I think he might have been better than what he is now. But special is special, right? And seeing the way Jimmy plays, I don't think he could ever fall under that category anymore.
Folks, now this is where we get difficult with it, because they both did the same thing basically. He didn't go to USC. He didn't go to the Ohio State. He went to a secondary school. Faithful, so let me just put it to you like this. He went to the very same school as that fool that used to play down in Dallas. What's his name? Tony Romo. I think he broke all his records. Woohoo! So like secondary school, and Tony Romo was what? A facade. Almost. And so is Jimmy Garoppolo. Now Trey Lance, do you think he's almost? None of you do. He also went to a secondary school though. Why? That's for a whole other video. We could it could be a video on that. I could do the research. I could show the film. I watched the reason why he went to another school other than a big school. Why he didn't go to Minnesota. Why he didn't come get his ass kicked in the Big Ten. You know, at least once a season, and then get drafted hopefully to us. Play well and lose, but then get drafted to us. Why he didn't go to be a Minnesota Gopher. I watched the video from him personally. All the way back to when he was about 12 years. It's pretty fucked up, to be honest. How I feel. That's how I like it, but you know. But he went to a secondary school, dominated as he should. When you're way more talented, way better than everyone around you, that's what you should do. You're in the minor leagues, and you should be in the big leagues. You should dominate. That's what he did. But no faithful really, or not enough faithful, want to give him an opportunity to show that he can do that in the league. We need to get on the same side. It's going to be reality. And that's what I live in. What I've taught my sons, right?
Yeah.
Big head. No. I've taught them live in reality, whether you like it or not, because it's reality. So we start in September, and number 5 is getting live in the backfield. Everybody gonna be sitting around looking real dumb and talking on the internet. So you feel Nick Bosa's contract is not done because of Jimmy, by any chance, folks? Sons?
Do we have any word on how much Nick Bosa wants?
Nope, because he's a grown-up.
Makes sense. I think
I just think the front
possibly.
office takes longer than everybody else.
I think, yeah. What about you?
I think he could be.
I think they're, like you said, they're very smart. Kyle Shanahan, he went to Texas, whatever. He's a football player. He's a nerd. So am I. And John Lynch went to Stanford. I mean, John Lynch is pretty fucking brilliant. You heard him. These people are not stupid. And then we have Adam Peters, who's their little hired assassin, behind the scenes gun. Bank manager Scrooge. Everyone needs he's not always in front of the camera, but he's a very prominent person in regards, if not the most, in regards to our money. We all know that. We've all heard the name, Adam Peters. And then Parag Marath. Actually, he's more the money man, Parag. And he's tight with his wallet. And he's slow to hand it over when he does. So I think that the majority of the reason why both of them are not signed, like you said, is just because our organization, our front office, takes their time. They're smart. They're in no rush. They don't have to pay Deebo or Nick. Not until the end of next season. All it is about her feelings. And you see it playing out right now, Faithful, with Deebo Samuel. That's the reason why you extend contracts out of feelings, from mutual feelings, the team and the player. The team saying, okay, yeah, we love it, thank you, and we're going to have you in the future. We love everything that you've done to us so far. We want to just extend you. We'll need to wait. And the player expecting that. And then if it doesn't happen, and they don't get injured, that's fine. Then you run into the problem where you got to rethink how you run your business, because now you let them hit the open market, not just with their feelings, but everyone else's feelings about them, like how good they really are, and then how much. Then there's no restrictions on money you can pay them, versus another team not being able to overpay it like it is right now. So it's really just a dance that teams and players do that they don't have to do, but it's best to do. It's what's best for business. And Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch always do that. So I believe that they'll get them paid. I believe it'll be before the season starts, maybe even before training camp. because a lot of times the players don't like to go to training camp without that new extension. So do either one of you think that they'll not pay them before the season officially starts?
No,
I
I
think it
they'll
was
do it.
pretty dumb not to pay them.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, I didn't even know that they could wait a whole another year.
Yes.
Um,
They're not free agents until next year. But then they will be, I believe, faithful, don't quote us, unrestricted free agents at that point, which means it's just what Jimmy's going to be at the end of next season if he's on the team. So, what were we saying, son?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I forgot the question.
Or just whether or not they'll be signed before
Okay.
training camp. And you were saying that you didn't even realize that they don't have to be signed right now. And faithful, we got to remember that. They don't have to be signed. It's just so that John doesn't hurt Deebo's feelings.
Yeah, I think they will. I don't think they'll give him 30 mil, but they'll give him some to hush him down until next season, at least.
Also, so they have the ability to franchise tag him. The thing that Devontae Adams didn't want done to him and made him leave, the last straw that made him leave Green Bay and go to the Raiders. What do you think?
I just think they'll pay him.
30 mil?
I don't think they're gonna have to pay him yet.
Will it be before the season starts?
Yeah.
Before the training camp starts?
Yeah.
Can anybody envision him holding out for even one day?
I don't know if it'll be before training camp. Maybe before the season. I mean, I think before the season, but I don't know if it'll for sure be before training camp.
I don't think he'll hold out. But I didn't think that he would go on a promotional tour of fuck the 49ers either. Or I don't play for a team. You're going to have to answer those questions at some point with his arms crossed and folded, likely. Or he may be gone. They'll make a liar out of John Lynch. Because he said specifically just 2 weeks ago that those two are going to be on our team for a long, long time. So, any other questions or info you guys want to give out, Sons? No? No. Well, faithful, we're going to end the stream. We appreciate everybody who came through. Hit that like button if you do see it. Share the video, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if Deebo is just acting like a child or if he has reason to be acting this way. Is it ever right for you to just disassociate yourself with the team publicly because you want something that you don't have to be given yet? Because that is really what the breakdown is. Or you think the team is right in what they're doing, taking their time, making sure whatever they are making sure of is looking the way that they want it to look. And the best thing for the Niners, like I always hear Kyle Shanahan say, I'm going to do the best thing for the Niners. I'm going to do the best when people ask him questions that he doesn't want to answer. I'm going to do the thing that's best for the Niners. And that's what he said in regards to Jimmy Garoppolo being traded and Trey Lance starting at the owners' meetings. Bottom line is, we're going to do the best thing for the Niners. And we're not going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo for a bag of peanuts, even if that's what he's worth. So we'll hold on to his ass because we prepare for that, and then see what comes after that. But faithful, thank you so much for watching. Again, hit that like button, leave a comment, share, and subscribe on the channel. We'll be back with other videos. Look out for those. Y'all be safe.
Can I hit it?
I hate you. You got some good debate. Look at this